Oh. Hola, mi amor. Buenos días. Buenas mañanas. Es mañanas diluvia. Sí, diluvia. So, yeah, it does seem to be a rain day today. And I have to go downtown and do stuff, so taking my umbrella. Yeah, so anywho, busy day, got a lot of stuff to do. Need to pull myself together and get out there and do shit. Anywho, take care. See you out there. Yep, so it is a beautiful day. And after the heat we've been having, it's nice that it's cooled down a bit. Yep, it's good to be out of the humidity, finally. It's good that we have some cool weather, and it's very good to be alive. It is a beautiful day. Yeah, so anywho. Yeah. This is my world. Yeah. And here I am, just off beautiful downtown Owen Sound, heading in, and gonna talk about some of the batshit crazy things that religious fundamentalists say about atheists. I am an atheist, by the way. Yeah. And my favorite is when they create lists of questions atheists cannot answer. Like, dude, you're not even creating your list. You're literally copying it from somebody else. Probably from a website where hundreds of atheists have already answered the questions. I'm pretty sure that there's nothing new on your list that we have not already collectively answered 1,000 times 1,000 times. Yeah. Yeah. And yes, I don't know is a valid answer. But you know what's not a valid answer? God did it. That's not a valid answer. Because the moment that you make a positive claim about something, you need to back it up with evidence. And you need to prove that this God character actually exists. You haven't done that. Now, very often these lists are questions that have nothing to do with atheism. Very often they have to do with the biological sciences and the cosmological and astronomical sciences. And they have nothing to do with atheism. But there are also questions that anybody with access to Google can find the answer to, because yes, they're simple and basic questions pertaining to things that have been studied and understood very often for decades, if not for centuries. And the only people who don't seem to know the answers to these questions are the religious fundamentalists who think that atheists can't answer these questions. And very often these fundamentalists, especially American Christian fundamentalists, think it's a gotcha question to demand that we explain why murder is wrong, why rape is wrong. And recently, from one of them, a guy named Darwin to Jesus, who's on YouTube and Twitter, why bestiality is wrong. And he keeps posting this picture of a goat with an expression of horror on its face that really does strongly suggest that he's already explored bestiality with this particular goat. Dude, did you fuck that goat? No, seriously, D to J, did you fuck that goat? Did you fuck that goat? I'm not entirely convinced that you did not fuck that goat. I am not convinced that you didn't fuck the goat. Please, demonstrate to me that you did not fuck that goat. Please. And of course, well, knowing a great many of these fundies, a lot of them do tend to be kind of freaky in the direction of the non-consensual. Children, cadavers, unconscious women, women and men who are afraid to say no because of threats of force and violence. Yeah. Fundies seem to be really big fans of the whole non-consensual thing. Ew. Just ew. It's fucking gross, man. Of course, we are talking about three religions that have a very, very, very poor connection with the concept of consent. I mean, in the Bible, the Torah, and the Talmud, basically, once you've bought and paid for a girl, she's yours and you can do whatever you damn well please. And if she's a foreigner, you don't even have to buy and pay for her. You just have to kill all her male relatives and take her for yourself. And that's, yeah, the Bible, the Torah, and the Talmud. The Quran is not much better. I mean, it does allude to the concept of consent very slightly, telling men that if they want their wives to come to their beds, they have to at least make some effort to try to be seductive. But in the end, ultimately, the husband is still the master, and what he wants, he gets, whether she wants it or not. So yeah, I can kind of understand why religious fundamentalists of the big three desert religions have such a poor grasp of consent, and why so many of them are so fixated on the non-consensual sex. But honestly, dude, try to visualize a world in which you are not a man, a world in which you are a woman. Please, visualize a world in which you are a woman. Contemplate how you would feel, apply empathy, and proceed from there. Seriously, proceed from there. So yeah, all these gotcha questions for atheists and all these questions atheists cannot answer, what it really boils down to is the failure of religious fundamentalism to teach empathy. Because, well, yeah, empathy matters. And religious fundamentalism is not on good terms with empathy either. Yeah, so the great gotcha questions and the lists of questions no atheist can answer really boiled down to a failure of religious fundamentalism to coincide with empathy, compassion, humanity, humility, and decency. All the virtues that are supposedly at the heart of all three religions, but which are strangely absent from their most aggressively fundamentalist variants. Yeah. I do believe that those three religions all need to do a little bit of house cleaning and purge themselves of their fundamentalist aspect. The sooner the better. This is not to say that everybody in those three religions of the desert god are equally horrible people. There are a lot of good people in all three religions. But yeah, your fundamentalist branch is nasty, unpleasant, and odious. And you really need to do something about those guys because, yeah, They're just bad people. And this is equally true for Jews, Christians, and Muslims. I know most of you are good people, but it's just those extremists in your midst that are the problem. And those extremists, although a minority, are a very vocal and very dangerous minority because they lack empathy. Because their version of your God is the version without empathy. And that is the real problem. It's not us atheists, and it's not you, it's the extremists within your midst. So yes, please, by all means, deal with your extremists. Please. Thank you. Have a nice day.